There you go. You should be recording.
Okay, it's the 22nd of June, Rabbi Furst, Heshbon Hanefesh, Halavovos.
Fine. Thank you, Lou. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shlomo First here. Yeshiva Tzemach so I'm here on Zoom. And we're learning here Havos Halavovos, Shar Heshbon and Nefesh. This is the 12th of 30 spiritual accountings a person should take stock with himself on a regular basis. In this 12th, all right, let's see, Mayor's coming in. This 12th Heshbon is dealing with the um, discrepancy between the person's efforts that he puts forth for material uh, gain, secular gain, and that which he puts forth towards spiritual accomplishments. Good morning, good Shabbat Tov, Meir. How are you today?
Good morning. Doing well. Baruch Hashem.
Oh, good, Baruch Hashem. So, yeah, um, let's see. So we'll be on the second page of the document that you have before yourself, or in the uh, screen, where it says "V'kein shal hachosid me'elokov," and so asked a chosid, a devout um, person from a Kadosh Baruch Hu. He asked as follows, and I guess we can begin. Any Mayor or Lou, who would like to volunteer to read a bit?
I do.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
V'chein sha'al hachasid me elokav litate lo min ha-mazon. So the Chassid asked Hashem to give him nourishment. Di safuko ule harchi.
Right, they Safikoi. His basic needs. They Safiko, his basic needs.
Basic needs. Ule harchik mimenu haosher ha-mevi el ha-moseros. I don't know harchik.
And like literally to distance him, to be separate or to be distant from.
So to separate from him.
Or actually, you could also, in this context, you could even say, and to avoid. That's also a good way of putting it here, this context, to avoid.
Uh, from him, for him,
From him, right? To have him avoid to have him avoid
have him
or to
avoid Osher, wealth, uh, Hamevi, El Hamosros, and to bring him to Mosros.
right. Meaning he wants to. He was praying to a Kadosh Baruch Hu that he should give him his basic needs and to have him avoid and keep himself separate from wealth, which brings to a person thing non-essentials, mostros or non-essentials or extras.
Extras.
Problem, see that's a big problem with wealth. People have wealth, so they're always interested. This is because this is the way a person thinks, and is he's built this way. Person has uh, extra, so he's going to be enticed by the things he could acquire with his extra wealth. But it's really a lot of those things are not at all uh, necessities. Bichlal not as necessities. And I remember I've mentioned this more than one time. I don't have it anymore. I was interesting. I was a summer involved with a Jewish summer camp in Pennsylvania. So on one of my days off, I decided to just kind of like explore the countryside. So I took a drive, all throughout these old farm roads here and there, old, little towns and villages. And so, I'm driving here and there, the back roads of Pennsylvania. So I came across I guess you could all call it a junk shop, Okay, it had a lot of old stuff and everything. And I had some old books there. So one of the old books was published in printed in 1905. Um, it was called the Business's Handbook from the Correspondence School of Business, based in New York, and so it was a little handbook. Actually, it could fit in, actually put in your pocket exactly, and it had the basics of running a business and everything like that, all the little things you needed to know. So it had a chapter on advertising, right? One of the chapters had dealt with how to promote your products or services, whatever your business may be. So the first thing it says there, at the introduction to the chapter on advertising, is that most sales, right, are created because of a false need which has been created in the mind of the buyer. Right? So
Hmm.
what advertising basically is doing is creating a false need. Right? They'll advertise, you need to get um, this new watch. This new watch is going to tell your pulse and tell you your brainwave scan, and it'll tell you tell you the amount of fungus you have between your toes. And you need this, right? And if you don't have it, you feel like you're lacking something. But truth is, you could really dispense with it quite easily, and you have no need for such a watch, right? So, but since there's advertising, you're bombarded by this message time in and time out, right? The Coca-Cola tells you it's the real thing, it's the real thing, it's the real thing. So you finally, when it comes time to buying something to drink, so you say, well, I better get myself the real thing. The only problem is, a couple of centuries later, they tell you it's zero. That's what it is. So the real thing is zero. So they convince you that now you need zero. Like, if you buy anything that's more than zero, you're wasting your money, and you're doing damage to your who knows what. So now you need zero. Before you needed the real thing, and now you need zero. But you don't need any of it, to tell you the truth, right? You don't need any of that stuff. It's all put in your mind that you need these things based on the advertising. Um, so that's what the problem is with Oisha. And this is, again, this sefer has been written over 1,000 years ago. He's talking from the time that they didn't have all these things, and nevertheless, it's still human nature was always the same, hasn't changed too much. And this one chassid was there for praying to Kadosh Baruch Hu to save him from the being wealthy, because with having wealth comes the necessity, the drive to um, to acquire things, and to acquire things which are specifically not necessary. Right? Those are what they call mosros. Mosros are called non-essentials. The things which you need, and that's what the Kadosh Baruch Hu guarantees you. Kadosh Baruch Hu guarantees you're going to get what you need, right? And with that, you'll be satisfied. But the thing is, if you have wealth, and or it's even worse if you don't have wealth. If you don't have wealth and you're trying to get things which you don't need, so you're going to be even worse off. If you have wealth, at least you're spending your money and you're getting something which you think is going to satisfy you, but in truth, it's not going to satisfy you. So in either case, whether a person's poor and not satisfied because he doesn't have it, or whether a person is rich and he has it, but he's not satisfied because that's not what's going to satisfy him. So in either case, right, this one chassid was praying to Kadosh Baruch Hu that he should please just give him his basic necessities, and anything more than that, please keep him away from having the wealth which would entice him to spend his money on things which are not really necessary. Person has wealth, he has money more than what he needs for his own needs and the needs of his family. So then, as we mentioned previously, that's money is supposed to be used to helping people doing mitzvahs and other things which are going to contribute to him and to other people, and also get him a reward in Olam Haba. That'll be something which the extra money will benefit him for eternally. Okay, let's continue on.
Okay. V'harish, hamevi el avadas ha-musar v'ha-Torah. Okay, so let's see. Hamevi, he brings to his service hamusar.
That would that this mean the loss of.
The loss.
If you want, if it was with an ayin. If it was with an ayin, it would be avdas.
Okay, and musar is ethics.
Right.
And Torah. The loss of musar and Torah.
Right. That by having wealth, that's going to be a cause of losing out on Musa and Torah.
Amaro, as he says, Shtayim Sha'alti Me'itach Rosh V'osher El Titain Li Hatarifani Lachem Chaki Ushar Ha'inyan. So, Shtayim, 2 questions. He asked 2 questions. What's Me'itach?
I mean, from you, I believe this might be a quote from Malachim. I think this might be referring to Shlomo HaMelech. There are Shtaim Sha'alti Mi'itach, the 2 I requested of you. Rosh for Oisher. I think Rosh referring to Chachma, for Osher referring to wealth.
Wisdom and wealth. But you didn't give it to me?
I think he said not. He's asking not to give it to me.
Do not give me wealth and wisdom. Hatrefani, because they are treif.
No, Hitirfani lechem chuki, that they will tear away my my ration of bread.
So haki is ration.
Right, chuki is ration.
Huki, ration. Vishar ha'inyan, and other matters.
Well, and the rest, that's like they continue the whole thing, and the continuation of the point. It's actually, this is let's think, it's a pasuk in Mishlei. If you have a Mishlei or have a Nach there, let's take a look at the pasuk. I think.
Proverbs, Mishlei.
Right. So that's going to be in the Perek Lamed, Pasuk Ches.
Okay, let's see. Lamed. Lamed Ches. Lamed 38. Okay, let's see. Shtayim sha'alti me'itcha. Two things I asked of you. Al timna. Do not deny me, the terem amus. Do not deny me, them before I die. Shav udevar kazav. Remove something of vanity.
Could be. Have to see what it means. Let's take a look.
Harchek mimeni. Remove vanity far from me and lies. Resh va'osher, wisdom and wealth. Al titain li, do not give to me. This says poverty. Give me neither poverty nor riches.
Right, exactly. Not to be extreme, not to be extreme in either case.
Hatarifeni, feed me lechem chuki. Bread in my portion.
Right.
Pen eshba, lest I become sated. The ki chashti, the amarti, and I deny you, and I say, me Hashem, who is Hashem? Ya ufen evaresh, or lest I be poor, the nafti, and I steal, the hafasti, and violate shame Elokai, violate the name of Hashem. Two things I ask of thee: do not deny me them before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with my allotted portion, lest I become sated and deny thee and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and violate the name of my God.
Right. Exactly. Very good. Very good. So we see from this that there's dangers in poverty, there's dangers in riches. And a person should be happy with just getting the essentials and ask Hashem to give him the essentials and not be tested with being too poor and not be tested by being too rich. Because in either case, he's going to have nisyonos. He's going to have tests and trials, which it's better if you can avoid them to avoid them. So therefore, if it's enough that he's given his basic necessities, right, and with his basic necessities, he'd be happy and serve Hashem without extra unnecessary tests and trials. Good. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see, where do we leave off? Stayim, uh,
So now we're in the third line of that paragraph.
Ukamohu Mitzani, Yaakov, uh,
Avinu.
Avinu, Alav, Mishalosh, Sha'al, Me Elokav, Sapuku. Um, I don't know what Kamohu is.
Komo Matzino, and likewise, like Komo, and likewise we find by Yaakov Avinu, Allah B'Shalom, rest in peace.
A question he asked a question from Hashem. What is Sapuku?
Okay, so that's the same word as we had. You see at the first line about words and 8 words into the first line. Yes, Dai Sepukoi.
Basic needs.
That's right. That's right.
So likewise, um, we find that Yaakov Avinu asked Hashem for his basic needs.
Right. But
The Amaru
right.
say
In as he said, right? In as he said, good.
in as he said, V'nasan li lechem le'echol, give me bread to eat, uvegad le'lavush.
Ubeged lavos.
Oh, and clothing to wear. Give me food to eat and clothing to wear. Hello, takits. What's takits?
So that was he just quoted the pasuk from Yaakov Avinu, okay, that he asked from Shem, Titengli, give to me, please, lechem, whole bread to eat, and beged, and a garment to wear. That was the extent of what Yaakov Avinu wanted to ask from Hashem, which is basic needs. So here he said, now the Mechaber is taking over. Now he says, hello, Takis, like from to wake up, Achi. Please, now to wake, please, please wake up, my brother.
Please wake up, my brother. Tir'e chesron ma shechar retzas alav may haras alav le'ha'amid gufcha al inyano ha'teva
Uh, Hatevi, Hatevi.
atebi. I don't know tir'e.
So he said, it's like to see, to take a look. Chesaron, take a look and see the discrepancy. Mashir chartsas alav, that which you are eager to do. Umacharas elav, and what you're eager and enthusiastic to do. Lahamid gufcha al inyani hatebi, to preserve your goof, preserve your physical existence in a natural way. Meaning, most people they spare no time and expense and effort to do what's necessary to keep themselves physically alive and physically fit. So that's what he's saying. He says, take a look. You're going to now see a discrepancy in things. Take a look what you're doing to keep yourself physically uh, alive and well. Take a look at all the efforts you go through, right? And now make a comparison. He's going to tell us and make a comparison all the efforts you go through to keep yourself spiritually alive and well. And you're going to, and in most people, you're going to see a discrepancy. When it comes to doing physical things for the sake of their body, they'll spare no expense and effort to get the very best foods, the very best. They'll get the very best clothing. They'll get the very best shoes. Right? They'll get the very best, um, if it's necessary, medical assistance. I'm not saying they shouldn't. Right? Not saying they shouldn't. But if you're doing all that effort for your physical welfare, which is only going to be for the 120 years that you're alive in this world. So shouldn't you spend at least as much time and effort and be at least as enthusiastic in pursuing the things you need for your spiritual welfare? I mean, he's not saying you shouldn't do all these things for your physical being, but if you're doing it for your physical being, you should certainly do it for your spiritual being, which is going to be eternal, no?
Definitely.
Right. So that's what he's trying to wear. That's Hakit. He's trying, wake up, my brother. Take a look. Let's take a spiritual accounting. Look at all the effort you put forth to preserve your physical existence, in the foods you eat, the clothes you wear, the efforts you go through to keep yourself healthy, right, and sheltered well, and protected from the elements. And look at all the enthusiasm and eagerness you put into doing all those things, and we're not saying it's wrong. Nothing's wrong with that. That's quite okay. But let's think about your neshama. The neshama also has to survive, right? So isn't it only natural and logical, sensible that you should spend at least enough time and effort, and at least be as enthusiastic for serving your spiritual needs as well as you have done for your physical needs? That's something to think about. Okay.
Lo, uh, uh, sasmid lecha chavarto. Um, I don't know, Kaf Aleph.
Asher al tesasmi lecha chaverto ki im zman mu'at. Okay, that yeah, what does this mean exactly? Asher lo tasmi lecha chaverso ki im zman ma'at. Um, 1 second, let me take a look. Where's my safer here? Mary, do they have they render this in English in a little with some explanation in your safer
Well, the
there?
only thing it says here is, uh, let's see, maintaining the natural welfare of your body, which will be associated with you for only a short time.
Ah, yeah, very good, very good, very good. Right. You mean you take a look how much effort, enthusiasm you're putting into maintaining your spiritual, your physical um existence. Asher lo tisasbi lecha chavar soy ki im zman mat. It's not going to be continually with you. It's not going to be continually connected to you except for a small time, right? Asher lo tasmid alacha chavertoi ki im zman mat. It's not going to be connected to you continually except for a short time. Yeah, very good, very good.
Lo yifrad mimenu tsa'ar velo yimlat mipage be'od hischarosecha imo. Let's see. Lo, not. What is yifrad?
Yeah, lo yifra min tsar, it won't be separated. It won't be um, literally separated from you. The distress.
Uh, and it won't be what's yimlat?
Won't escape.
Won't escape from your body.
Um, no, mepega from calamity. Won't escape calamity. But od hiskavrecha imo, meaning while you're connected with the body, right? In spite of all your efforts of whatever you do, right? There's always going to be, uh, you can't separate yourself from tsar, because by having a physical existence, by nature, the person is going to have tsar. The body feels pain, right? So the whole existence of a person when he's in a physical form is that there has to be pain from time to time because the body is sensitive to pain, right? Well, lo yimad mepega, he can't escape calamities, but od while it's still connected with him, meaning he's still, as long as he's connected with his physical existence, his physical body, is going to be situations of distress and of calamity.
Ba'od kish tavruscha imo. What's he's chavruscha,
Right. So if it's on the same word as karusa, right? A partner is a karusa, right?
right?
Ba'od, right? Ba'od tischavruch imo, as long as it is partnered with you, meaning as long as you're still partnered with the goof, right? There's going to be inevitably a degree of tsar and a degree of calamity.
Im yishba yechla. What's yishba?
Okay, Yishba is like that's going to be the person's going to be hasashom in captivity, or Yichla, there'll be sickness.
If he's in captivity or he's sick, the im year of, and if he uh, is in
It'll
fear,
be Yarab is hunger. There'll be hunger or famine.
uh, yachlash,
There'll be weakness.
the im talvishanu yoter mitzarchem.
The mitzar chom. Meaning, if he's going to be, I mean, he has to constantly, when a person's in his physical existence, he has to constantly be careful of what he's wearing. Sometimes he can wear more than's necessary.
And mitzarcho is necessary.
Yeah, mitzarcho is necessary, right?
Yakum Ve'im tinichanu orim oirim mitzata'ad. I don't know.
Again, this is Ve'im tel Hushero Yosem Mitzarcho. If he's going to be wearing too much clothes, he's going to be meaning if he's going to be overdressed on one hand. Ve'im tenichenu or if he's going to be lacking the amount of clothes he has to be wearing, and he's going to be naked, mitzvah, he's going to be in pain or be in distress. Meaning, whatever he's going to do, he's got to wait care while he's in a physical existence. He has to carefully gauge exactly what he has to wear, exactly what he has to eat, and if he's going to be extreme in either one way, having too much or having too less, that's going to create a situation of tsar. That's going to create a situation of distress for him. That's simply because he's in the physical state. Oh, so okay, and in spite of all that, uh, so that's one of that really is part of the point that he needs to be very careful about what he's doing to maintain his physical stability and not to overeat, not to overdress, not to undereat, not to undereat. And so therefore the whole time that he's involved with the partnership of his uh, physical existence, there's going to be many situations where it's not going to be exactly what we call perfect. And he's going to have to deal with that. Nevertheless, he spends quite a lot of efforts in maintaining what he thinks he needs. Okay, good. Maybe we'll stop here. It's a good time to stop and begin this next paragraph. Um, Shem.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Lou, for the reading. I appreciate it
Right.
very much. And let's take a short break, and we'll continue with the Sharon Mr. Brewer.
Okay. Shkayach Lo. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you both.